Okay, well, last night kind of was as big of a debacle as the coronavirus is on national television. I mean, that was insane to watch. I need your guys' initial, like, what was your reaction? What were you screaming, yelling?
Yeah, all of it. Just like eyes wide open, jaw dropped, standing up, sitting down, being like, you guys!
It was bad when because you knew it wasn't going to work out with Hannah Ann, so when he was proposing and asking her dad for permission, it's like, oh no, this is bad, this is hard to watch. I just feel bad. I feel bad for everybody involved.
Me too.
It was like, Peter,
Except
come
for
on,
Barb.
bro. Barb.
I only say that because Barb did it to herself. She
Yeah.
could have redeemed herself last night from Monday night's episode, and she just decided to lean fully in.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things that you go, oh, this happened a few months ago, so maybe they're different now, but last night happened last night.
Yeah.
Last night happened last night. It was live, and you could be on your very best behavior if you wanted to be.
Yes.
And yeah, you're
And you're
Peter's mother.
unedited. It's unedited.
It's unedited. You're Peter's mother. I mean,
Yeah.
he broke up with Hannah Ann. It's sad. It sucks. And I understand that you loved Hannah Ann, but at the same time, it's your son's decision, and you should be supporting your son. I understand if you want to tell your son, listen, you were a jerk, you made wrong decisions, you need to learn from this. But to tell him to his face that you and Maddie are not going to work, and I do not support this, especially with Madison. What did Madison do? It's not like she did anything
Well,
wrong.
that's the thing. If there was like a viable reason for her not to like Madison that strongly, I would have been like, okay, let's hear it. But then she gave her reasons, and I was like, those are very lame reasons, woman. Sit down.
Well, right. I mean, from people that have been on the show, production takes a very long time. Sometimes there's hours of delay, right?
The 3-hour thing was so blown out of proportion.
So ridiculous.
Do we honestly believe that it was Madison that was holding the family for 3 hours? Besides, Barb, I can't believe I know her first name.
I know.
Barb watched it back on Monday night. Peter and Madison were clearly talking outside about some serious issues.
And this is about her son, not about her wait time.
Sorry you had to wait 3 hours. So sorry. I know
Like,
it sucks. I get
a
it.
beautiful suite in Australia. You're fine. And then, yeah, I don't know, but they usually say you have an hour to get ready, right? They even say you have an hour until your plane leaves. It's like, no, you actually have 24 hours till your plane leaves, and you actually have 3 hours before you have to be ready for your date. That's just how it works.
And I get it. It sucks. Well, I get it. Waiting around 3 hours after you just got on a long flight, it sucks. But it was also how many months ago? Like, did you really have to rehash it last night?
Yeah. Well, I know on the Almost Famous podcast for today's episode that was released, like you talked a little bit, about especially how you felt with the ending, how you felt that it was not fair specifically. How do you hope those two are doing now? And do you think...
Not fair? I don't know that I would call it not fair. I just don't think it's going to work out.
Yeah. Is it because of what happened last night or just because of the entire relationship?
I think, number one, they're probably deeply incompatible. Number two, I don't think that she should want to be dating a guy who proposed to someone else on a whim like he did. And then number three, that family is not welcoming enough to want to be part of it.
Yeah. What about the Hannah B of it all? Lastly, though, that was a very interesting thing Hannah Ann threw.
Wild.
Hannah Ann dropped that bomb. Hey, I'm
Chris
surprised.
Harrison goes, do you have anything else to say? She goes, yeah, Hannah B. He reached out to her.
She obviously wanted to bring it up
So
just to
good.
throw him under the bus, which I can't blame her because I'd be pissed too. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, again, I think he seems like a very nice guy, but he also seems like maybe he just doesn't know what he wants right now because he needed closure with Hannah B. He proposes to Hannah Ann, doesn't want to be with her. And then last night, I mean, pretty much Harrison gives him the full opportunity to say, do you want to pursue a relationship with Maddie? And he just didn't say yes. They said they needed to take one day at a time, and it was very realistic, and sure, that's fine. But at the same time, in this moment, yeah, I want to pursue a relationship. Wherever it goes, it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you don't have to stutter and then say, well, we're in an uphill battle. Everybody knows you're in an uphill battle.
Yeah.
Just say, yup, I do.
Yes.
This is what I want.
Yes.
And he couldn't say it.
I'm going to be reeling about this probably for the next month.
That was number 4. The guy doesn't even seem that into dating you. So say goodbye early. Say goodbye now when you're ahead of the game.
And, I mean, do you think there's time missing a little bit? Like some relationship stories. Kelly was there. Like, what the hell was that about?
Who knows? Now Barb is writing under Kelly's pictures,
Right?
and
So is
people are
Peter's brother.
speculating
saw
that
that.
they want Peter with Kelly now.
They all follow her.
I mean, if Peter wants to be with Kelly, I'm all for it. I want him to pick someone.
Yeah, I know.
I want Peter to be like, this is who I want, this is who I am going after.
I mean, I want him to end up with Hannah B, I guess, but I also feel like Hannah would never touch that now.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Maybe a year down the road, but it's going to take time.
I'd like to see Peter happy. He's gone through all this stuff, and he's brought up, I mean, he's done a lot of damage to himself, but at the end of the day, I hope that he finds someone, and if it's within the franchise, I think that's great.
Me too. Thank you, guys. Always a pleasure to see you.